Hello, Renee Flamand here. You guys, one part of this entire process that keeps all of us flabbergasted is regardless of how much we cry, hurt, beg, they don't feel pain for us. They don't feel pain for us, and what's more is they like the display of our pain. Let me explain. Let me break this down. What I hear so often when I coach one-on-one, I think you guys have learned that by now. I put it in the community tab. Contact me if you're interested. What I hear a lot with the one-on-one coaching is, but why? Why does he think, or she, doing this is okay? I'm feeling all this and they just act like they don't care. How can they not care? How can they do this to me? Okay. What happens with a narcissist has to do with empathy again. They can't put themselves in your shoes. What's more is they just don't feel pain like we do. It makes them sort of invincible to any kind of interrogation on our part, questioning them until we understand. It makes them immune to feeling bad for us, no matter how hard we sob, no matter how hard we beg. It makes them likely to just go out and find different company if you become too difficult. And you're left saying again, why are you doing this to your person? Why are you doing this? We had it so good. What's wrong? Why are you doing this to us? How can you behave that way? How can you be so cold? That's because that's the fabric of their being. They won't feel the pain of losing you. They won't be bothered replacing you. They miss, but not like we do. They're like cockroaches. They survive anything. And you know, I was watching, you guys know I binge watch things and I always see life lessons. So currently, well, I'm done now, but it was The Blacklist, because I just love James Spader so much. The Courier, a Blacklist episode played brilliantly by Robert Knepper, one of our favorite actors, right? He's phenomenal. He had, I wrote it down so you'll remember, congenital anhydrosis. And it is where you can't feel pain or temperature. I was thinking of the narcissist the whole time. This cat was all but invincible as a criminal. You can't torture him. He doesn't feel pain. His tolerance is beyond. I couldn't help, I kept thinking of the narcissist. No matter how much you try to impose your pain to the narcissist, there's nothing. If you think of this criminal who had this disorder and the futility, it aligns with realizing how futile the attempts are to reach the narcissist. You can't turn the heat up metaphorically if you can't turn the heat up literally. They don't feel. They're sitting there, they're listening, they're pretending they feel, they're pretending to cry, they're pretending to go to therapy, they're pretending to care to get it better. And again, I always get this question too, so why are they bothering? Why don't they just move on? Because you're an important supply to them right now. You might be their wife. You might be the mother of their children. You might be the person holding down the fort, their base of operation, while they go out and wreak havoc on other people's lives. They like a stream of supply to be constant. So even if things aren't great between the two of you, they can lay their head there. You might be organizing all the bills. You might be taking care of all the adult responsibility. And they can just take off for 3 days here, take off for 3 days there. They come back, laundry's done, kids are fed, they go back out again. They're not going to ever understand you trying to get to them, make them hurt with you. They're like this criminal. They can't feel it. They don't feel it. And even if they're crying, I told you, my narcissist grown man crying, fake crying, trying to show me he feels. Meanwhile, his texting is going off while we're having this deep conversation, and he's feeling. Are you kidding me? I just caught sight of myself, you guys. I put makeup on today because I have a family wedding coming up, and I'm practicing. I don't ever wear face makeup. So if I look like this, I'm sorry, but that's what I practiced today because maybe I'm 55. I should probably throw on a little foundation for a wedding. I've never done it before, so if it looks like I have a lot of makeup on, it's because I do. I don't know. But anyway, they don't feel, you guys. And my goal is to save you from the endless tries at getting through to them. They are what zero empathy looks like. They cannot be where you are. We're trying to make them understand, and we're shocked when they do something again. We shouldn't be shocked because they never did understand, despite what they may have led you to believe. You had a talk. You came to an understanding. Yeah, never. They just manipulated you to think that they understood. They manipulated you with their actions, with their responses, with their sitting down. Mine would sit and talk to me for 4 hours. I'm relentless. That was torture for him, but he did it anyway. Actually, it wasn't even torture for him. The torturing part is that I was talking, but they don't feel, not that kind of torture, just like this criminal. I was thinking of it the whole time. The criminal, they made him up to have like marks all over his body. And then again, I'm thinking, he is the perfect criminal because you can sit him in a chair and torture him for 3 hours. He's not going to tell you anything because he's not in pain. He's not going to tell you anything because he's not in pain, right? If a CIA person came within 10 feet of me to ask me questions, I'd give up everything. Give up everything. I've had people joke I could never be in the CIA. I'd give up everything. Don't torture me. No way. This cat could deal with anything. That's how a narcissist is. They don't care what you throw at them. It's funny to them. It's entertaining for them. It's fuel for them. The more upset you get, the more you cry, the more you show this fervent reaction you're having to this thing they did to you, they love it. So not only does it not make them sad, make them understand. I thought, with all of my explanations, he's got to understand this. I'm putting it in black and white. You guys know what I've done to you for over 600 videos. Imagine what I did to the narcissist. And I thought, there's no way he can't understand this. There's no way he wouldn't change. There's no way he wouldn't want to change. There's no way he would want to continue being this way. Yes, he did. He was not affected one iota, not one, by what I said. How much was he affected? Ugats, nothing, zero, zilch, nada. And I want to save you from trying because, and I know you're going to anyway, because you can't possibly fathom they wouldn't care. You know why you can't possibly fathom that they wouldn't care? Is because you care. And you would care. If somebody came to me and told me, guess what, Renee? You hurt me this way, this way, this way, this way. I would take each one and I would sit there with them for 3 days if we needed to. And I'd say, oh, I did? Oh my God, that's not how I intended that to come off. Or that's not how I intended for you to feel to my action. That's not how I'm so sorry. What can we do to move forward? How can I ever make it up? They don't, even if they're saying all those things, that's not where they are. Their tolerance is off the chart because they don't feel anything that you're feeling. Nothing. But I was crying and he said he understood. He saw me. I was blubbering. He held me. He was crying too. We made a vow to go to therapy. Of course they did. Because they're fueling their fuel. They don't want you to leave. Maybe they don't have supply lined up yet. Can you imagine a narcissist without their supply, without any supply at all? They'd be walking around like a robot that was like unprogrammed. That's what I picture. Like R2-D2 spinning around with no like aim, nothing. That's how they'd be. They need fuel to fuel them. They need supply to fuel them. And without you, if they don't have other supply, of course they're going to make like they're working it out with you. But think of that criminal in the blacklist, the courier. Season 1, I think I was reviewing. Robert Nepper felt nothing. The whole episode, I was just thinking of a narcissist. They don't feel anything. It's quite a brilliant display in my brain, a physical display of what they feel or what they don't feel while we're trying to make them feel. We go through so much and we think we're getting through. I'll get through this time. I'll get through this time. No, you won't. And I hate to break it to you. Know I don't like being the bearer of bad news. You might have just come off having a weekend of conversations with them and you're feeling positive, and now this video is going to make you angry. And maybe you already turned it off. But I'm trying to tell you, if they're a person with narcissistic personality disorder, they don't feel a thing. I just want to mention it. I'm trying to save you some trouble. Oh, man. Anyway, you guys have a good day. I'll see you next time.